Matt Morgan and Hernandez defeated the British Invasion. Now, the British Invasion, I was saying, remember what I was saying on my predictions vid? I said that their title reign's been sort of a non-entity, you know, you're like, oh, right. Yeah, and even on the tail of the tape for this match, they mention that they've been ducking out of championship matches, they haven't really defended them much. To their credit, Williams and, what the fuck's the other one called? The one that doesn't do anything. Brutus Magnus, yes. Brutus Magnus. They've worked their asses off in this match. They really did work hard. And of course, the right people went over, if you want to put it like that, in my opinion. The wrong people went over. Let me tell you why. What's happening this week, right? The TNA crew are taping on Tuesday, I think it is, and then immediately flying over to England for what? Maybe a week-long tour of England? You know? All over England, London, Birmingham, Manchester, you know? Can you imagine what it would be like for the British Invasion to turn up with the TNA tag team titles? These guys will be treated like fucking heroes in every arena that they were in. Why take the tag team titles off them now? TNA's stupidest... TNA do two stupid things to fuck the British fans off in 2 fucking days. First of all, they bumped Genesis onto BT Vision, which is where I watched it, 3 hours late. They originally said it was going to be on at 12 o'clock, but it was on at 3 PM. That's way too late for me. I was sat there with 3 hours, for fuck's sake. Nice to watch you that adverts, though, gotta be said, instead of on Bravo with adverts every 2 minutes. Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, and then secondly, taking the belts off the British guys when they're about to go on a British tour. Oh, and incidentally, I know a lot of people are going to the British tour. I've been talking to some people today. Can anyone answer me, is Hulk Hogan booked on this tour? Just, you know, out of curiosity. If you're going to the tours, I hope you have a great time. I've heard that TNA house shows are fucking brilliant. I really have. Right, there's a point that I need to talk about in this match, because this one bothered me, as it always does when this happened. Tazz, in his infinite wisdom, said that British people don't speak very good English. Now this, it makes me want to punch Tazz repeatedly in the face, because who came up with the English? That'll be the English, that'll be us. Tazz, you're speaking our language. I can't stand it when Americans say, speak English, you limey moron. Like, fuck yourself. You're speaking our language, for fuck's sake. You know? That's ridiculous. That makes me want to punch Tazz repeatedly in the face. Just like, are you still alive? Well, you can have some more then, can't you? Are you sorry? Are you sorry? You were a legitimate, decent wrestler, and then you went to the WWF and became a fucking joke. You then became a fat little commentator who uses self-depreciation comedy to get over. Yeah, you're a little fucking shit, aren't you, Tazz? Jesus Christ. There is more to come about Tazz tonight. Oh, yes. Anyway, Carbon Footprints gets the win. One more thing before I go on to the next match. Hernandez does the suicide chant. I mean, the TNA chant Suicide Dive of Destiny, doesn't he? In most of his matches. Now, one of the things I noticed with the 4-sided ring, as well as the 4-sided ring and the entrance ramp, is, ooh-wee, are the guardrails close to the fucking ring. Surely, Hernandez will not be able to do that anymore. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Let's have a thing. It means that the TNA fans won't be able to go, TNA, TNA, like fucking sheep when he does a suicide dive. Good thing for me. Abyss is in the back, he takes out Lashley and then apologises to Hogan. Hogan, body, who cares? And then, anyway, Desmond Wolfe defeats Pocho D'Angelo Dinero. In my opinion, this was the best match of the night. It just was. You'll see why in a minute. But Wolfe has a new valet who gets mentioned by Tenay and Tazz at the very, very start and then isn't mentioned again. Right, she is there to unzip his trousers. That's nice. Well done, you. What do you do for a living? I unzip Desmond Wolfe's pants. Do you know? Do you really? Well done for you. Did you have to get a degree to do that? Fucking hell. Anyway, he's also got the most awful new trousers. Silver pants, man. My goodness me, they didn't look nice. They really didn't. Anyway, Pope tweaks his knee as he goes out of to the outside. He also did a very, very nice, amazing Boston Crab in the ropes. That was really nice. It wasn't like a tarantula or anything like that. It was a proper Boston Crab while Wolfe was in the ropes. Anyway, like I say, Pope goes to the outside, twists his knee, so of course Wolfe works over the knee like he does, which is what I love. I love the psychology of it. He does this beautiful Boston Crab with his hands in a figure four position. Just so nice. I can watch Wolfe all day. Tazz says he's... Two things, right? Tazz does one thing that annoys me, and then he does something that makes me laugh my ass off. For everything that I've just said about Tazz, it's forgiven for this one night because of this one moment, right? First of all, Tazz says that Wolfe is tying Pope up like a pretzel. Now that is always guaranteed to make me go, oh, for fuck's sake, man. How cliched and old is that one? That's just fucking weak. But then, Wolfe does what he does best by calling the fans wankers. Now I love this. I love the fact that this one goes straight, not just straight, like straight over American fans' heads. You know, they don't know what a wanker is. So of course, Tazz says on air, I don't know what a wanker is. Fucking yes! I'm watching this on British television where that would have been censored out. A wanker, you know, someone who masturbates, you know, and I'm just like, oh, that is fucking priceless. So what I said a moment ago about Tazz, tonight, my friend, Tazz, it's all forgiven, just for that little tiny moment. Thank you so much for giving me that highlight, one of the highlights of the show. Back and forth match, really quite fantastic, this one, really enjoyed it. Literally, out of nowhere, a lariat gets the win for Wolfe. I gave this one 3.5 stars. Yeah, this was my match of the night. As good as the main event was, and we'll talk about that in a minute, this one was the best match of the night for me. Then Bischoff fires Jeremy Borash for reasons I can't fathom. Christy Hemme is replaced, talks to Ric Flair. Ric Flair says he goes where the greatest talent is, blah, blah, blah. Beer Money then defeated Kevin Nash and, oh fuck it, Syxx, alright? Okay, match. You know, I've got to say this one was an interesting one because at first I was bothered by it, and I'll tell you why. Because this one was advertised as Beer Money versus the Outsiders, and seeing as we haven't seen the Outsiders together in the ring for quite some time, you're actually in a match. It's like, yeah, you know, this one could be good. Excuse me. And remember what I said in my prediction bit, if Beer Money go over and are made to look good, this one could do wonders for them. Beer Money were the only team who could win in this one. It was like, surely. But yeah, they advertise a match that doesn't take place, and that makes me angry. I don't like it when they do that. You heard me when I did my Impact review from a couple of weeks ago, when they advertised 2 matches that don't take place. Anyway, other than a couple of nitpicking things like the Bronco Buster, which I truly can't stand, stupid move, just doesn't hurt at all because you're bouncing off the ropes. It wouldn't hurt you. I've got to say, X-Pac, to his credit, he looked credible. He did. He doesn't look half as big as he used to back in the WWF days, in his DX days. He doesn't look half as bulky. But, he looked credible. And Kevin Nash, who wasn't in the ring that much, but whenever he was, he looked alright. And he is the one who did the job. Now, that's what I was not expecting. When they announced that Waltman was going to be doing this, when I was expecting Waltman to do the job. But no, it was Kevin Nash who took the super kick and got rolled up for the win. But I think the big talking point from this one is Slow Hall comes out. Scotty. Let's rewind that one, shall we? Scott Hall comes out slowly. Oh yes. And looks pissed. Got to say, looks like he's staggering a bit. Walks out slowly, like he can barely move. And this is a weird one because I just can't get I have to watch this one like 3 times. And I still can't get my head around it. Right? Because Hall walks to the ring and some fan starts, talking bollocks at him. So Hall punches the fan. And then drags him over the barrier and starts beating him. So Waltman goes over, Six-Pack goes over, starts trying to stop him, and that's what causes Nash to lose. Now, I've got a feeling, I thought about it at first and thought it was legit. Now, I'm not so sure, because it sounds, let me think about this one, where have I seen this sort of thing before? This sort of thing from the inside the mind of Vince Russo. Oh, yes. This sounds like a Russo screwjob finish to me. That's what I think. If you don't agree, if you do agree, knock it down here.